Hi, I'm Jack Hemingway from the Gardening Products Review, and today we're going to talk about sharpening lawnmower blades. A couple of things you're going to need is a good pair of gloves, what's called a mill bastard file. God knows where the name B comes from, but that's what it's called. You'll need a deburring rod. I happen to like this a lot. These are made by Smith's, and this is a diamond impregnated rod to take off any burr. And you can also use a sharpening stone to actually take the burr off as well. I usually stay away from them myself. I find that they're very powerful, they're very fast at putting an edge on a mower blade, but they're also prone to sharpening divots in your blade because they're so powerful. So I sharpen all my mower blades with just a standard file. One of the things that you want to do when you're sharpening mower blades is hopefully you have a vise. It makes it very easy to clamp these things in place and also sharpen the blade at the proper contour. You can actually see that this is a very flat side right here. I'll flip it over here. Hopefully you can see in the light there that this is the chisel side of the actual blade itself. That's the side that you sharpen. Okay, I'm going to begin by showing you how to properly file a mower blade. Again, I wanted to reinforce the whole notion that this is a chisel grind, meaning that this part of the blade is actually sharpened. This part of the blade is flat. So if you sharpen this on like a knife as an example, it would not cut your grass effectively nor mulch it. So I'm going to begin here and show you basically how to sharpen this. You want to take your flat file and follow the contours of the actual blade itself. You'll actually start to see metal coming off the blade, and things start to become silver. And the other thing that you can watch in terms of proper angle is that the end of the chisel sharpening is right at that level there. So as I move across the blade itself, I want to make sure that all of that metal is basically exposed. You may find that you've got some grass clippings or grass that's actually found its way onto the blade, so it's going to take a little bit of filing to get through some of that. And then a lot of blades have a little bit of a detent in here. This is typical. I think this happens to affect the mulching capacity of the blade. So in those instances, you sort of rotate your file a little bit, coming around that edge there. So we're going to work our way down. I like to file in this method like this and work my way down the blade, as opposed to just filing like this, because that way you're going to get a blade that ultimately becomes imbalanced and your mower will start to vibrate. So you're trying to take off as much material off both sides so the actual blade itself is balanced. So again, you can actually start to see the grass clipping area coming off here. We're into brand new metal, and that's a good thing. So we just keep doing this until we get it like we have at the other end of the blade here. You can actually see that it's gotten basically nice and sharp, and we've removed the amount of metal that we want to. Also, I wanted to point out that it's important to file with the grain, if you will, so that you're filing in this direction and not in this direction. The reason being is that even though you're following the contour of the blade, you're creating a burr on the back side of the flat side of the blade. So don't file in this direction. You always want to file into the direction of the cut like this, because what that does is that drags off right in this area any burr that would be created on the back side if you filed in this direction. So very important. Well, there's a couple of schools of thought. One is that you'd create a razor sharp blade, which to some is a great way of mowing if you have 0 sticks on your property. But you're probably going to encounter some sticks, which if you have a razor sharp blade, they're going to put little dings in the blade. So what I suggest is you can get this razor sharp if you like, but then just take some kind of a stone. Could be a sharpening stone like this, or it could be a diamond impregnated one like this made by Smith's Company, and literally just drag it across the top of the razor's edge a few times so that it dulls it down just a little bit, so that you're not getting the dings from sticks. And also, if you hit a stick and create a ding, it's going to create a burr on the flat side, the back side of your blade, which also cuts down on the efficiency of the blade to cut and mulch. When you sharpen this side, you want to take off the same amount of material that you took off on the other side. And here's what you can see in terms of what we've done so far. So a safe bet is to eliminate all the dirt and debris off that particular edge until you get a nice sharp edge. So this is Jack Hemingway from the Gardening Products Review. If you have any other questions about things that we've done relative to sharpening tools and other kinds of sharpening questions, you can go on our website, thegardeningproductsreview.com. And please make sure to subscribe. We have a little button down here. And thank you for joining us.